Hello guys, it's Kenya and Brian.
What's up? Hey guys.
Back with another awesome training video. In this video, we are super excited to walk you step by step on how to get started with the IML Web Analyzer. If you are using the IML Web Analyzer, kudos to you. It's my #1 favorite product right now. We're getting excellent results with it. If you're not using it, you're an IML customer and you might be thinking, okay, I'll subscribe to the IML Web Analyzer, but where do I even start with this thing? That's where we're going to help you, and we're going to go very slow and break it down step by step on how to get started, how to pick a strategy, understanding what it does, some of the features, very basics, okay? And then we're going to also show you how to get plugged in. So before we even talk about this, #1, make sure you subscribe to our channel below this video, okay? That's going to keep you up to date on our trainings. We love doing training for our team, even people who are not on our team. We know a lot of people don't have support out there, so we hope that our videos help you. Also, if you find yourself, feeling a little bit confused or you're still not sure about the IML Web Analyzer, you have some questions, go ahead and comment on this video and we'll make sure that we answer your questions, okay? So Brian's gonna get started with talking about the Web Analyzer and what it is, what it does, and we'll give you some, some insight. Grab a pen and paper, make sure you're taking notes. Pause the video if you need to, take notes on what we say or if you need to go back, okay?
All right, y'all. So the Web Analyzer. So when we are getting in a trade, we want to know how do we get in a trade? When do we get in a trade? Profitable. And that's the end goal of trading. So that's exactly what the IML Web Analyzer does, is completely scouts the market. It does it 24/7, whether you're just trading cryptocurrencies or if you're just trading currencies. And so it has scanned the market, and what it's scanning for is for high probability entry points. High probability entry points simply means that, hey, when do you think I should get in the trade, Web Analyzer? And it's going to say, you know what, I think it will be a good time to get in the trade, or at least show a trade setup before it's time to get in the trade. And we'll talk about strategies, different strategies that you can actually use to enter into trades. So we'll get into that.
Awesome, awesome. So yes, Brian said that really nicely. So now you have an understanding of what the Web Analyzer is, and this is exactly what you're looking at on our screen. So you can see a visual example of the IML Web Analyzer. We're gonna go through some features, exactly, just some basic things on how to use it. But first, I wanna show you how to get connected. Now, you must be an IML subscriber in order to use the IML Web Analyzer. So I already know some of you are going to message me and say, how can I start using the IML Web Analyzer? You have to have a paid subscription as an IML customer, because IML has everything that we need to be successful as Forex traders. We knew nothing, and now we know so much in the time that we've been involved with IML just because of our membership. So how do you get plugged into the IML Web Analyzer group? This is what you want to do next. You want to go on Facebook, and in your search bar, you want to type in IML Web Analyzer. So make sure you pull up your Facebook, and actually, this is it right here. So if you go on Facebook, you're going to type in IML Web Analyzer. 1 second, just trying to get rid of these messages. Okay, so it's one of our new customers. So you're going to type in IML Web Analyzer. You don't want the Web Analyzer, you want the IML Web Analyzer. Now, if you're not a member, you have to request to be a member of this group. If you request to be a member, one of our leaders will add you into the group. Now, if you are not an IML customer, you can still be added to this group. And it's a great way for you to get an inside look at our success stories and what people are doing with the IML Web Analyzer. You'll hear us talk about strategies. We really use this as a great support group, and it's awesome because a lot of our top leaders are in here. Our CEO, Stephen Hooley, who created the Web Analyzer. You can find him. You can find him on YouTube. He has a lot of great training. So this is just awesome. We post a lot in here, just, when we have great success stories, even challenges. If you have challenges or questions, you're stuck, this is a big support group for you where you will get, answers from anyone within seconds. So you want to make sure you're plugged in there, okay? Now, let's talk about how to access the IML Web Analyzer via Telegram. So some people ask me, okay, well, do I input trades on the IML Web Analyzer? how do I input trades? So first you have to have access to the trades. So the way that you get access to the trades is if you are an IML customer, you are going to get connected to the IML Web Analyzer Telegram. Now, if you're on our team, we normally drop the Telegram channel into our group often so that you know how to access that Telegram, okay? But I'm going to show you something really quickly, and just bear with me because I'm going to give you a visual example. I hate when I'm getting messages when I do a YouTube video. I had all of this already pulled up for you, and now my computer is moving a little slow. So just bear with me. I'm going to pull up a visual example of how you're going to locate the Telegram, okay? So I'm going to you can write down what I'm saying, and when I pull it up, I'll show you a visual. So you're going to go to your IML app on your phone. And if you go to your IML app, you want to download, if you don't have the IML corporate app, you want to go to your Play Store and you're going to download iMarkets Live. Okay? So you're going to download iMarkets Live. And once you download iMarkets Live, you're going to open up the app. And I'm going to walk you through some visual examples right now as soon as this opens up. Bear with me, it'll be worth it. As soon as you open up that app, I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you. You're going to click on Products. Okay, so this is what the app will look like. This is the iMarkets Live app, okay? So once you download this app from your Play Store, you are then going to click on Products. Okay? This screen is black, but this is what your screen will look like. So you'll click on Products. After you click on Products, you're going to see something that says, you're going to see a few different options. And I'm going to show you them. So you're going to see a few different options. You'll see Swipe Trades and Swipe Coin. You'll see Forex and Coin Academy. You want to click on Forex and Crypto Analyzer. All right? Once you do that, you're then going to click on the basics of the Web Analyzer. Now, this is how you're going to find training, and you're also going to find access to the IML Web Analyzer alerts, because in order for you to trade the Web Analyzer, there's two ways that you can access the alerts. A lot of us are on our cell phones, so if you're on your mobile phone all the time, I'm going to show you how you can access it through your mobile phone. So after you click on the basics of the Web Analyzer, you click on click here to get started. And then you're going to see Web Analyzer getting started. Now, this is a step-by-step starter checklist of how to even get started with the Web Analyzer. What it is, we're basically giving you a visual step-by-step example, but training has already been laid out for you by IML. So it's not hard to figure out. You don't have to go and reinvent anything on your own. Everything is right here for you. As you go through this app, on the bottom, it's going to say, click here to get connected to, not verbatim, but it's going to basically tell you, click here to get connected to the IMO Web Analyzer Telegram. So it's going to tell you, join the Web Analyzer Facebook group, follow the Web Analyzer Telegram for alerts and news. You want to make sure that you're in the Telegram, okay? And I'll show you what the Telegram looks like in a minute, but that is how you access the training. So you know how to do that, okay? So now we're going to get into how do you access the training on your computer. So this is what we had up before. And so do you want to kind of go through this a little bit? Yep. This is basically where you log in.
So you will actually log into your browser, imlwebanalyzer.com.
And you will use your same username and password as you use with your IML back office, swipe trades, all that. Okay.
Yep. And it'll look something like this. And we customize ours to look a certain way. It's a black background, but you can customize it. We love it. And so this is pretty much what it looks like. And when you first see something like this, it could look a little intimidating. You're not sure exactly what's going on. But for the most part, it'll show a chart of a pair. And this pair, actually, if you can move the cursor over, it's actually on Euro. It says EUR/CAD, which means Euro/Canadian dollar. So the Euro dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So this is the pair that we're looking at and we're going to analyze to see if the entries are good or not. One indicator that we also like to look at is on the right side, are the actual setups that the web analyzer provides us to get in or out. And I'll have you elaborate.
Okay, so what normally happens is after you log into the IML Web Analyzer, you're going to see a lot of different things, okay? And so just to kind of get you familiar with some of the features, you have, like Brian was saying, how you see Euro CAD, that's the Euro dollar versus the Euro versus the Canadian dollar, okay? That's a pair that we trade. Now, you're going to get these trade setups on the right. So everything in green is a buy, and I'm going to scroll down, and as you can see, everything in red is a sell, okay? Now, there's little features right here and icons. If you click on this little circle here, the first little circle that you see, that's going to give you the latest pair information. So if I click on this little circle, it's going to bring up GBP USD. Then you're going to have some information here, the called at price. The called at price means the time that the price was called, so the trade. It's going to have the time in UTC, which is universal time. And it's also going to have your local time. So if you ever want to know, okay, what time was this trade called? If it's 2:51 my time and it tells me this was called at 2:20, it tells me right here 31 minutes has passed since this trade was called. So what a lot of us do, when I first got started, Brian and I, we use this and we use the tools on the left to try to find, you know, the proper entry point based on a buy or a sell. But over time, we learned that traders in our company were using different strategies that were helping them get awesome results with the web analyzer. So that's something that we want to show you how to do because we're getting a lot of great success with it. I'm talking about nearly close to 100% wins. We've had very, very little loss with using a strategy and using the web analyzer, mostly because we perfected it in demo and then took it live. So I want to show you exactly how to do that. So just a few more things about features. Stephen Hooley in his training goes over a lot of that, but you have time frames here. So what you're looking at, if you're very new, you need to complete your basics 1 through 4 IML Academy training, but this is a chart that you're looking at. These are several indicators that we use. So we have the Bollinger Bands, the RSI, the stochastic. These candles are in certain time frames. So when you look at these time frames at the top, you'll see 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. This is telling you how long these candles took to form. So we're on a 5-minute chart right now. That means that each candle that you're looking at took 5 minutes to form. This is what price was doing over a 5-minute period through each candle. That's what that means. Then you have tools over here on the left. Sometimes, for example, I like to grab a horizontal line, and I will use my horizontal line to draw support and resistance. So you just click there and you can draw a horizontal line. Just click anywhere you want it to go. And I usually will make mines, you know, dark or light. If you click on it, it'll bring up a little box.
Drag it.
Yeah, you can drag it. Let me just see where my box is. Where's my box? Okay, anyway, for the sake of this video, you just have to play around with this, but there's a lot of cool things that you can do with this, and we can do another video to elaborate on some of these things, but these are tools here. These are indicators. If you ever want to add more indicators, I just highlighted it here. You'll see this little wavy tool on the far right. So it says indicators. All you do is click on that. So if you ever delete an indicator by mistake, all you have to do is click on indicators, search for the indicator that you're looking for, and add it, and it'll show in your window.
And just to elaborate a little bit on what indicators are, for those who are new, indicators are simply algorithm tools that have been created for us to look at, which will also help us determine when to get in and out of a trade. So as she mentioned, the Bollinger Bands, which is the red and green line at the top, if you want to kind of point over there. And then we have the next set of rectangle, which is the RSI, that little rectangle area there, and then underneath stochastic and MACD, so on and so forth.
And if you see our previous videos, we have a brief explanation of what Bollinger Bands are, how to use the RSI, so you can take a look at that, okay? So another thing I want to point out to you, really, really important, is you'll notice here at the top where it says strategy. Now, we use something called the 4 rules. It was created by Davin Akayo, and you can find a lot of his training on YouTube. He's an IML educator, so you can attend his live sessions and learn about the 4 rules. We absolutely love it. We use the 4 rules with the Cherie strategy combined, and we get amazing results with the IML Web Analyzer. There's a tool right here. Actually, before I go there, I'm going to show you this. You'll see a watch list right here in the middle, and this is just important news on different pairs that might be called. You know, you might want to use this for technical analysis, or maybe you might want to check forexfactory.com or FXbook. Whichever you prefer for technical analysis, you can do that. If you want to hide this, you just click on this little hourglass and it will hide that for you, okay? And now it's just focused on the chart. So you can play around with a lot of these features and really get comfortable with it, but mainly you're just going to mainly work with, you know, your indicators, analyzing based on the strategy that you're using. Now, if you want to pick a strategy, you can do that several ways. Now, if you're on your computer, and you can do this from your phone, all you have to do is click this little gear here, okay? And this little there's several things here. So we have some new features that are coming. There's a chat group here on the bottom, you'll notice. So right here it says 923 on the very bottom right of my screen. That's a chat where you can chat with other people in the company who are using the IML Web Analyzer. Sometimes we'll ask questions to each other, or we'll say, hey, did you get in that trade? You know, we'll talk about analysis with each other. So it's very cool to have that. But if you click on this little circle gear at the top, this is how you can pick a strategy. So if you see here, it says pick a strategy. This will change, save the indicators on the chart. So what's going to happen is when you pick a strategy, it's going to load the indicators that that strategy uses for you. So the analyzer is so brilliant, you guys, because it really takes the hard work out of trading for us. It makes everything so easy for us. So if you click on this drop down, here are all the different strategies that we have. So if you click, for example, Davin's 4 rules, and it'll say FX and crypto because you can use it for both. All you do is click Save for Mobile, Save Settings, and Reload. When you click Save Settings and Reload, then it's going to give you these settings, okay? Now, I have mine changed a little bit, but another thing, some people ask me, how do you get your background black? I like to turn on dark mode, so this is how you do it right here where it says dark mode. You just click on, and then you have to save it and reload it, and then your screen will show black. If you want it to show white, you just click off on dark mode and it'll go back to white. You can pick your preferred language. So if you speak another language other than English, you can click a different language. Also, if you want to turn on the cha-ching, now I like to keep the cha-ching on. Now what the cha-ching is you're going to hear a sound that says cha-ching. And every time that goes off, the analyzer is basically telling you that there's a new trade alert and you need to take a look at it. So what I normally do is I go to that trade alert, Brian and I, and we look to see if that trade matches the rules of our strategy that we're using, and you'll learn more about that, okay? So we've gone over how to log into the analyzer. I'm going to show you really quickly how you will log into the web analyzer on your phone, okay? So let me pull up a few more pictures because I know not everyone will be on their computer. Some people are on the go. Maybe you work from your job and you're always on your phone. So I'm going to pull up some more pictures and I'm going to show you how you would access the web analyzer from your phone. For example, you won't get a cha-ching on your phone. You're going to get a Telegram alert, okay? So let me scroll here on my phone. My pictures and pull this up for you. Uh-oh.
Now, there are times that you may get a cha-ching on your phone if you're actually in the app itself, or when you're actually on the page, on the web analyzer page, it'll go cha-ching. But if you're on your phone doing something else, then this is what she's talking about, where you can get a Telegram alert.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what the Telegram app looks like. You'll need to download Telegram. So I circled it here on my screen. This is what you're going to go and download in your Play Store. Once you download that, you can search for Web Crypto Analyzer, okay? And you can join the channel. Also, like I said, if you're on our team, we drop that channel in the Telegram to make it easy for you. Once you join this channel, what's going to happen is that when there's a new trade alert, it's going to send you a signal. So right now, we don't have a way to separate the crypto versus the Forex pairs or alerts. So they both come together. So you'll notice when the market closes on Friday for Forex, you're going to keep getting crypto analyzer alerts, whether you trade crypto or not. You can just ignore it. You can turn it off. You can mute the channel. If it bothers you, you can unmute it later. Okay, so that's just a tip. Now, after you click on Web Crypto Analyzer, next what you're going to see is, let me see, I think I have it here. I'm not sure. Let me see, I don't know if I saved it or not. So I didn't. So basically when you click on it, you're basically gonna see something that says, I'm gonna stop my screen share really quickly and I'm gonna show you because this is really, really important. So I'm gonna show you really quickly. If you're on your phone and you click on Telegram and you go to Web Crypto Analyzer, so I'm gonna show you here. So this is it right here. Okay, so you're gonna click on Web Crypto Analyzer. And this is what it's going to look like, okay? So you're going to get all these alerts. And all you have to do is click on this down arrow to see the most latest alert. When you click on IML Web Analyzer, it's going to take you to the Web Analyzer on your phone, okay? And so it's going to bring up just what I showed you on the computer, the red and the green pairs. And all you have to do is click on the pair to bring it up on your phone, and you're going to see the latest pair on your phone. Now, the only thing I want to tell you guys with using your phone is that you have to, every time you use the Web Analyzer on your phone right now at the time of this recording, you have to go in and save your settings. So even if you put, you know, Davin's 4 rules on your phone and you save it, sometimes it doesn't save it completely like it should be. A lot of times I have to go in and I still have to save those settings, okay? So I'm just going to show you again look like on your phone. So this is what will come up on your phone when you access the Web Analyzer group from the Telegram. You will click on this little circle, okay, which will bring you to the latest trade alert. And remember, we went through these little icons a little bit just a little while ago, and you can get on these and get comfortable as well too. This little graduation hat will give you more training, and you can just kind of click through some of those tools, okay? So when you click on that little circle, it's going to bring up the trade on your phone. Now, you can customize this on your phone. If you want to change your settings, you would always click this middle gear. And when the gear comes up, you can change like your Bollinger Band settings. If you click here, you can change your RSI, for example. You'll see that you can change it from 14 to 7 and close if you want. That's what I use. I also keep the RSI on 80 and 20 for the overbought and oversold sections. And if you are confused at what I'm talking about, watch our RSI video previously before this one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But basically, I just want to give you a visual example of how to access this, how to reformat it, what it looks like from your phone versus on your computer, and pretty much go from there, okay? So now you know how to access the Web Analyzer from your phone, from your computer. You know how to get connected. You know how to find training through the IMO Web Analyzer app. Now the next thing you need to do is pick a strategy. So some people will say to me, well, how do I know which strategy to pick? So this is what I recommend. This is all you have to do. So as you could see, there were a lot of different strategies inside of the IMO Web Analyzer page where I showed you all the list of strategies. Now, what I recommend is start with a strategy that's trending. And what I mean by that is if you go on the IML Web Analyzer page, just look at what everyone's talking about. And so right now, Davin's 4 rules is it's a top strategy in the company. Sharif's strategy is blowing up. And did you want to say something, Dave? Oh, sorry. He's like telling me, come on. So Sharif's strategy is another great strategy that you can use. But if you just kind of scroll here, like Davin, you know, he posts some of his profits and things like that to kind of show everyone. You can see here there's people who will ask questions. So people will talk about these different strategies and you'll figure out like, okay, well, let me go and figure out what Sharif's strategy is all about. So find out what's trending. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is that what works for myself or someone else may not work for you, but you have to at least learn and give it a try and figure out what works for your personality and also your schedule. So after you find out what's trending, for example, look here, it says, add Bollinger Bands with the Sharif strategy, do not take every trade, blah, blah, blah. So somebody's basically giving some tips on using the Sharif strategy. So this is a valuable, tool here. So after you find out what's trending, you say, okay, for example, let's say if you pick the Sharif strategy, then, or you might pick 3 strategies to look into. What you should do next is go and YouTube that strategy and find out what type of training exists for that strategy, okay? So after you look for some YouTube training on that strategy, then you want to go to IML TV. And I'm going to take you to the IML TV. Brian and I watch a lot of IML TV. This is like our Netflix. So basically you will log into your back office. There's a live training schedule. There's also IML TV recordings. So if you go to IML TV, if you want to see the schedule, just click on Access Now. You'll see the schedule of the IML TV educators. Particularly focus on the Web Analyzer, and you'll see all the educators who teach the Web Analyzer: Lee Allen, Sean Sutton, Davin Akayo, and more if I'm missing. So you can see who teaches the IML Web Analyzer, what time they teach. Hop on there and learn the strategy. They will do demo. They'll do trades with you. You can do them in live or demo. I recommend demo. I demoed a strategy, several, for 2 months before even going live. And I can say that I'm very confident in my strategy because I've practiced it so much, guys. And after you jump on IML TV and after you pick a strategy, you want to demo. You want to demo that strategy, get really comfortable with it, get consecutive wins, because that's going to build your confidence. As you do that, you want to journal your trades. So let's say, for example, Imo Web Analyzer calls a trade. You get into that trade based on understanding the strategy and how it works. As soon as you jump into that trade, I want you to record the date. You're going to put the time you got into the trade. You're going to put the pair, put whether if it was a buy or a sell. You're going to put the lot size that you used. You are also going to put how many trades you entered. Did you enter just one trade or did you twin trade? What I mean by twin trade, did you enter that trade multiple times for the same pair? How many pips did you gain? How long were you in the trade? What strategy did you use? What trends did you notice? Did you notice that your trade always takes profit on the 15-minute stochastic when it crosses? Or, you know, just things you start to notice. And then I want you to write notes to yourself. What's gonna, when you've demoed and journaled at least 50 to 100 trades, I promise you, you will start to see success. Because you know what? If you look at what happens when you trade, you're going to start to realize, okay, there are pairs that I like and pairs that I don't like. There are times when I trade that I'm most successful versus times when I trade and I'm not successful. Using this strategy, I see that, you know what, this is what happens when my trade always goes into profit. So you start to notice those things through journaling, right, babe?
Yep.
So that's something that we do consistently. We love journaling our trades. And after that, you know, you'll have a realistic picture of what it's going to look like when you go live. If you can build confidence inside of your demo account, you can take that confidence into a live account. So after you've done that and you know, people say, well, when should I go live? You should go live when you have consistent wins in a demo account, and then start conservative in a live account. You know, we do a 3-pip. Well, my husband is a guru in trend trading, so I wish I was, but I'm not there yet. But I am a true scalper at heart. I love going into the market and getting 3 to 5 pips, but through journaling my trades, I found ways to maximize that and get like 10 to 20 more pips, right?
Yeah.
Like I started learning that, oh, okay, I can ride the 30-minute chart and I still have time to get more pips. And it's just so many things you learn, guys, as you trade and you demo and you practice and you take your time. So that's something I encourage you to do. Take your time, demo, demo, demo. Do not be in a rush to go into a live account, right?
Yeah, and you don't want to be in a rush to go into a live account. You want to make sure when you're trading a demo account that you're trading like it's your real account. When I first started trading in a demo account, I used the least balance that was available. I think it was $3,000. And I traded as if I was using my own money, and I did proper risk management. So oftentimes people are like, you know what, I want to make a lot of money. I'm going to up my lot size. And those who don't understand what lot is, don't worry about it. You'll start understanding.
You'll learn that in basics.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. So we don't want to go too much into it, but proper risk management is one. And trade your demo like you're trading a live account. Absolutely
don't open
imperative.
a $500,000 balance and trade $50 a pip. That's not realistic.
It's not realistic. Now, if you have it, then that's fine. Yeah. That's realistic.
Right.
But you know what? You want to trade in comparison of what you have in your money, and you want your losses and your risk to be in comparison of what you actually have in your account. So you don't want to risk too much. And then also, just to reiterate, the IML Web Analyzer is only a tool to give you high probability entries in the market. It doesn't actually get you in the market. You can't trade from it, but you can use that tool to say, okay, I'm going to get in the market, and you'll use your other app like MetaTrader 4, for example, to actually put in that trade.
Good point. A lot of people ask that question. So I'll repeat that because I know you probably will have this question. Can you put in trades on the IMO Web Analyzer? The answer is no. You use the Web Analyzer to analyze the trade. Once you decide that you want to get into that trade based on the confirmations of your strategy, you then go to your phone, you open up MetaTrader 4, you find the pair that you're looking at on the IMO Web Analyzer. For example, if it's AUD USD, you're going to go here, you're going to click on the pair, and once you click on the pair, you're going to see different options, okay? You'll see trade, chart, so you can either look at the same chart on your computer and just click on chart. If you want to trade that pair, you just click on trade at the top. And I have an iPhone, so if you have an Android, it's going to show a little different. But this is where you would input the trade, okay? So we don't want to drag this video on too long. We basically just wanted to show you how to get started with the Web Analyzer, give you step-by-step instructions on how to get connected to the support group, the app, everything that you need to get started. Like we said, demo, find a strategy, you know, test about 3 different strategies, or just pick a top trending strategy and see how it works for you. And if it doesn't work, try a different strategy and just keep going. So other than that, make sure you subscribe, make sure you drop us any comments, and we'll keep the training coming. So thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Happy pips. Keep on going. Never give up. And we'll see you in the next video.
Time. Take care, guys.